Hello Pisces, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading for the week of the 14th to the 20th of October. Had plenty of time to shuffle this last time. The videos are taking a long time to upload, but we'll get there. I've only a few to do. So if you've subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I'm truly honoured and flattered that you listen to my readings. Certainly it's beautiful to know that people get so much from my readings, and obviously why I've been brought here to do it. For those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to me. If you like my readings, then please subscribe, like and share. If, however, you don't, you can always go and listen to your other aspects of your natal chart, like I always harp on about, like your moon, your Venus and your rising. And if not, move on to the next reader. Cool. I'm using Ellen Dugan's cards. Witches Tarot. Pisces, what's happening for you this week? Okay, first card out is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is a card of manifesting. It talks about you manifesting something for your future. It's about patience. It's about waiting for things to come to time or term or fruition, whatever you're waiting on. But it's about waiting. So you're obviously waiting for something at the moment because you're not moving forward here, you're stuck. So it may be how some of you are feeling. Sort of a bit stuck, a bit stagnant, a bit sitting in one spot. Okay, first card out we have is the Two of Pentacles. And this card is talking about balance. Now it talks about making a decision in order to move forward. So sometimes it's about a heart over head decision, head over heart decision. But certainly about making a decision to move forward here. And you can see the Pisces card there. For some unknown reason, I've got them just out of view. I moved my table around. I guess that's why. Okay. So this card talks about some sort of decision you need to make. But because the two options are so very close together, you can't really make a decision. You just keep tossing them up, trying to work out which one's better. However, I always see this boy as sort of looking at this one a little bit more intently. So for me, you know one's better for you than the other, but you just want to toss it up a few more times to check. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords. First appearance by this guy today. So this man is or person is an air sign. So they're a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Now, the King of Swords is a person who comes across sometimes as being a bit cold. He is a logical man. He thinks from his head, not his heart. And for this reason, a lot of the time, this card gets sort of seen as a lawyer or somebody who's in a position to speak their words and cut things out that don't serve them. He can also be seen as a surgeon, a doctor. But as a person, he's very, very much in control of his emotions, extremely in control. He may come across as a little cold, but it's only because he's done his learning. He's the top of his game. He's the king. He's got his right. He's earned his right to sit on that throne. Now, if this is a person you're dealing with, it may be that they're extremely logical, very straightforward, and cut to the chase. If this is you, you're taking on this energy at the moment where you're being extremely direct and ready to cut something out of your life. And I feel like it's one of these options here. So then we have the Page of Pentacles. So you may be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. And this is sort of a younger person. This can also be the energy of making a small offer to someone, because this is a tangible offer. It's a pentacle. So maybe as the King of Swords could be your energy, you've either chosen to cut somebody out of your life to move on to someone else, or you're tossing up which person you want to do this with, but you're ready to do it. You haven't quite decided. It's possible that this could be one of the people. The other thing too is that you've chosen a heart over head decision and you've taken it on in a very logical way. You've now made a decision and you're now moving one of these pentacles that you had here towards the person that you want to be with. If this is a work situation, then I would say to you it's very possible you've had 2 job offers, or you have 2 directions you can go in. And in order to make the decision to go in this direction, you've had to take on this energy of the King of Swords to enable you to move forwards. Okay, and then we have the Sun. First appearance by the Sun today as well. So this is beautiful. So you're moving on to something that is bright, joyful, happy. It's the best card in the deck, and you're moving on to this energy. So whatever you've chosen to do, you're moving towards something that's going to bring a lot of happiness into your life. I think you know that. That's why you've chosen the way to go that you have. Because you're moving away from something here. So you have your thoughts, ideas, everything you've learned, all your lessons and everything you have in the boat with you here, and you're moving forward. So you're definitely learning to leave things behind. You've definitely made a decision to leave the past there and move forward. You're definitely moving on with this. And away from trauma, away from ruffled like water that's very turbulent into calm water. Now remembering too that the water represents your emotions. So you're moving from something that was probably quite turbulent into something very calm. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Swords here. Now this is quite interesting because we now have the King and Queen in the same reading, which looks to me like you're moving towards a soulmate. Someone who's equally matched to you, someone you see yourself in, because you're moving towards someone equal. There's an equality here. The Queen of Swords is a woman who too speaks her truth. She's a little different to the King because she's not quite as cold. She's a little bit warmer. She can represent a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But she's very balanced in her emotion as well. And I sort of like that she's got a sword held high, but so that's representing her truth. Like she knows what her truth is. However, she's not cutting or callous or heartless with that. She's got a sword a little bit different. If you look at the sword in the King of Swords, you can see he's ready to strike. But the Queen isn't. She's calm with this weapon. She knows she can use it if she wants to, but she's not jumping to that. I do like the fact that she's got wisteria in her lap too. Okay, this is divinely guided here. So you have divine guidance here. The universe is trying to direct you towards the person that you're supposed to be with because they are a soulmate. There's happiness to be had here. There's calmer emotions. There's a lot more happiness in this moving forward and choosing one direction over the other. Unfortunately, I can't tell you which way to go. I have no idea which choices you have. But the Wheel of Fortune here tells me that karma is going in your favour here. And that's why the universe is trying to push you in this direction. So I want to do the music. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. This is your card, Pisces. Well, it's not really your card. It's the card of a water sign. So it's the card of Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. The thing is with this card, if this is your energy at the moment, it can be seen as a little cold. It can be a little aloof. However, looking at this situation here, I'm thinking you're being very guarded with your emotions because you don't know which way to go. Now, the warning here is don't be cold because you don't want to come across as an emotionally cold person. If you do that, then it makes it very hard to have a relationship if there's not an equal give and take and an equal flow between you. So don't take on this energy if you're moving forward with someone. So this is about, the King of Cups is a man that is about love. He is about love. He's about water. Water represents love in the tarot. Now the thing is with him, when you see the Queen, she's got her foot in the water, which means she's quite in touch with her emotions. But the King has pulled away from that, so he's a little bit set back from them. But this isn't that he's emotionless, because he feels his emotions very, very deeply. However, he doesn't let his emotions drive him or guide him. He's still very grounded with his emotions. He knows them, he feels them, but he knows when and when not to use them. That's the person that your energy you're taking on. So here you are working towards something. So you're sailing away from something, you're making a decision, you've tossed up this decision. The universe has moved you forward here because obviously you're being moved towards someone you're meant to be with, which is a soulmate, because we have the King and Queen of Swords here. There's a truth for you to tell each other. So there's probably a good chance that there's love between the two of you that hasn't been spoken about yet. But you've had to choose between two people to move forward here. Now the thing is, you're moving forward with your emotions very guarded, which is great, but you have to be careful that you don't come off cold to people because of it. But the universe is definitely send you in this direction. Now, this card here does talk about third-party relationships. So it does talk about three people being involved here. But I think this is evident when we picked up these two pentacles and tossing up between two people. And there is this reluctance to move away from this energy for some reason. So it's almost like you either don't want to speak your truth and tell your feelings to someone for some reason. Or maybe it's to both people. Because you are being moved forward here, but in order to do that, you have to move away from one of these. But there's still three showing, so I don't think you're finding this easy. But you are still going forward and offering love to someone before you've actually either cut out this third-party arrangement, because to me it looks like you're making an offer and you still haven't dealt with your third party. Now don't forget, Pisces, this can go backwards and forwards too. So the energies I'm reading to you here may not be you, they may be the person you're dealing with. So maybe the person you're dealing with or one of the people you're dealing with has a third party. But I think this is you. I strongly think this is you. And I think that you want to go forward and make an offer to someone, but you are either too scared, too nervous, or you don't know how to close out one of the relationships to move towards the other. And let me tell you, you've got the Wheel of Fortune here, so you don't have much choice in this because the universe is pushing you towards the direction you need to go. So, as much as you try to defend your place, your destiny is with one of these people, and you have to work that out for yourself by going inside and feeling your feelings. Because at the moment you're taking on this energy of the King of Cups, which means you're not feeling what you should be feeling. You're being too logical. You're grounding yourself, taking yourself back into that energy, but you're not using the energy you should be using. Okay, so I've had that one out before today and it's not right for the reading. So if you're watching this and you're wondering about children that you've lost in the past that are in heaven, the universe just wants to remind you that they are still with you. They don't leave your side. It's very important for somebody out there to hear that message. Okay. Well, this is interesting. You have the card of Zana here. And Zana says, you're protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. And that's quite interesting because I think the universe is asking you to move away from somebody here, and maybe there's some concern around maybe doing that. Interesting. I'm sure you'll let me know, Pisces. Thank you.